Hello everyone. Today we are going to solve past papers of ICATS Mathematics Contest for year 2024 for grade 5 and 6. Question number 1. If you look at this object from the side, what will you see? So if the man is standing in front of the object, and let's suppose this is our first row, we will simply count the number of the blocks which are in dark purple color. So in the first row, he can see 1, 2, and 3 blocks because three blocks are highlighted in dark purple color. Then for the next row, again, he can see 3 blocks. For the next row, he will see 1 and 2. So 2 dark purple colored blocks are there. So he will see 2 blocks. Then again 2 for the next one. And in the last row, he can see only 1 block. So the pattern will be 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, which is represented in option A. So it means this is our correct option here. Question number 2. At soccer camp, Ali spent 1 hour and 15 minutes practicing defense and 1 hour shooting. If the camp ended at 11:30 a.m., what time did it start? So if the ending time is 11:30 a.m. and he spent 1 hour for shooting, so 1 hour before 11:30 a.m. is 10:30 a.m. So it means shooting started at 10:30 a.m. But before shooting, he practiced defense for 1 hour and 15 minutes. So 1 hour and 15 minutes before 10:30 a.m. the time will be 9:15 a.m. It means it started at 9:15 a.m., which is our option A. Question number 3. See the calendar given below. Second and fourth Saturdays and every Sunday was a holiday. How many working days were there in the month of February 2024? So here we can see there are total 29 days of February. So out of which there are 4 Sundays and there are 4 Saturdays, but it is mentioned in the question the second and fourth Saturdays are off. So it means we will count 2 Saturdays as our holidays. So 4 holidays of Sunday and then 2 more, total is equal to 6. Now if we subtract the number of holidays out of total, which is 29, the answer is 23. So we can say that there are 23 working days in the month of February 2024. So it means our option B is our correct option here. Question number 4. In the diagram below, there is a square, a circle, and a rectangle. Which of these shapes is always similar to each of its kind? Option A, square and rectangle. B, square and circle. C, circle and rectangle. D, all three. So we know that all squares have 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. So the size of the squares may vary, like some squares can be smaller or bigger than the others, but the properties will remain same. Like they will have 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. Then if we talk about circle, all circles are similar to each other because they all have the same shape defined by the property that all points on the boundary are equidistant from the center. So similarly, their size may vary. Some circles can be smaller or bigger than the others, but the properties remain same. But if we talk about rectangles, they are not always similar to each other because the ratio of their length to the width can vary. For example, a rectangle with sides 4 by 2 is not similar to one with sides 6 by 3. Like we can draw different rectangles. So their lengths and widths vary, so they can be different from each other. So here option B is the suitable option. The squares and circles are always similar to each of their kinds. Question number 5. The school's library has 25,000 books with 32% being history books, 17% being science books, 7% being math books, 6% being biographies, and 38% being novels. Which type of book had a total of 1,500 books in the library? So there are 25,000 books in total. 32% books are of history. So let's calculate 32% of 25,000 by applying the formula. That is 32 by 100 of 25,000. That is equal to 8,000. It means there are 8,000 history books in the library. Now, the next is 17% being science books. So let's calculate 17% of 25,000, which is 4,250. After that, 7% being math books. So 7% of 25,000 is 1,750. And 6% being biography. So let's calculate 6% of total, that is equal to 1500. So as it was asked in the question that which type of book had a total of 1500 books in the library, so we can see biographies. Although there are 6% biographies in the library, but if we convert that percentage into number, we can say that there are 1500 biographies books in the library. So option A is the correct option here. Question number 6. Anna bought blue and yellow ribbon for a class art project, spending $436 on the blue ribbon and $925 on the yellow ribbon. After applying a discount coupon that gave her 15% off the total cost of the ribbons, how much did Anna actually pay for the ribbons? So as Anna spent $436 on blue ribbon and $925 on yellow ribbon, the total amount which she spent is $1,361. Now we have to calculate the discounted amount. So the discount is a 15% on total amount she spent. So 15% of 1,361 is equal to $204.15. So let's subtract the discounted amount out of total. The remaining amount is $1,156.85. So it means that after discount, she paid 1,156.85. Option A is the correct option here. Question number 7. Using the 24-hour conversion table, how would the time shown below appear on the 24-hour clock? 5:15 p.m. So this time is given in 12-hour clock time. Here we know that the first part of the time is representing hours and the second part is representing minutes. When we convert 12-hour clock time into 24-hour clock time, the first thing we do, we remove AM or PM. Secondly, we add 12 into the hour time. So 12 plus 5 is equal to 17. So for hour time, it will be written 17 and the minutes will remain as it is. So the time is 17:15, which is our option A here. Question number 8. Bisharat wants to go to the playground. There are 4 tracks that lead to the playground from his home and their distances are mentioned as under. Which is the longest distance? To find out the longest distance, it's better to write all the given measurements in the same unit. So let's convert the given measurements in meters here. So we know that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meters. So we can divide the length of the first track by 100. The answer is 35 meters. Now the length of the second track is already written in meters, which is 65.5 meters. So we will write it as it is. Then the length of the third track is 75,000 millimeter. We know that there are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter and 1000 millimeters in 1 meter. So we will divide 75,000 by 1000 to convert it into meters. So that will be equal to 75. Okay. Now, the length of the fourth track is given into 0.1 kilometers. So we know that there are 1000 meters in 1 kilometers. So here to convert it into meters, we will multiply the value by 1000 because we are converting a bigger unit into smaller. So we will multiply it. The answer will be 100 meters. So which is the longest distance? It's track 4, 0.1 kilometers, which is 100 meters basically. So option D is the correct option here. Question number 9. An ant is walking from point A to point B on a cube along the indicated path. The edge of the cube is 12 centimeter long. How far does the ant need to travel? So it is given in the question that it's a cube As I have stretched the picture, so it's looking like a cuboid, but we need to keep that thing in mind. It's a cube and all the sides of a cube are of same size. Its length, width, and breadth are of same size. So if the length of a cube is 12 centimeter and ant traveled this side and she covered 12 centimeter, then it's quite obvious the other two longer sides are also of 12 centimeter. Then the width of the cube is 12 centimeter. So breadth is also 12 centimeter. So ant traveled some of the part here and rest of the part is covered from here. So the total is 12 again. So 12 fives are 60 centimeter. So option D is the correct option here. Question number 10. Moses, Nomi, Oscar, and Pania all had $2 to spend at the stationery store. Moses bought a pen and glue. Nomi bought a pencil and scissors. Oscar bought a notebook and a sharpener. Pania bought an eraser and a ruler. Who received the most change? So to find out the change, we will have to subtract the amount of things which they bought out of $2. So here Moses bought a pen and glue. The total amount he had was $2 and the amount of pen is $0.89 and glue is for $0.70. So let's subtract these amounts out of total, which is $2. The remaining amount is $0.41. Similarly, if we calculate it for Nomi, he bought a pencil and scissors. So the remaining amount he has is $0.66. Then Oscar bought a notebook and a sharpener. So if we subtract the amount out of $2, the remaining amount is $0.36. And for Panya, when we subtract the amount of eraser and ruler out of $2, the remaining amount is $1.05. So the question was who received the most change? So we can see the Panya's amount is most of all. So we can choose option D over here. Question number 11. Five friends were given a number of ice creams to share equally among them. However, some of them were more greedy than others, as shown in the following frequency table. So a chart is given over here in which the names and the number of ice creams eaten are mentioned. How many more ice creams did Asif eat than what should have been his fair share? Okay, to calculate that, first of all, we are going to add the number of ice creams which were eaten by the friends. The total is 20. It means 20 ice creams were eaten in total. And there are 5 friends. So let's divide 20 by 5. That is equal to 4. So we can say that each one of them should have eaten 4 ice creams to have their fair share. But as Asif has eaten 6 ice creams, which is 2 more than 4, so he has eaten 2 more ice creams than his fair share. So option B is the correct option here. Question number 12. The diagram shows 2 barrels that each contain 42 gallons of oil. When full, 7 gallons of oil is poured from barrel B into barrel A. How much oil is there then in barrel A? So here we can see there are 22 gallons of oil in barrel A already. So we can write it here. Then 7 gallons of oil were poured into barrel A from barrel B. So we can add 7 into 22. The total is equal to 29. So there are 29 gallons of oil in barrel A. So option D is the correct option here. Question number 13. The circle is in the diagram below is split into 8 symmetrical parts. What is the size of angle at center of the circle for each part? So if we divide circle into 4 parts and just take 1/4 of the circle, that is equal to 90 degrees. And half of 90 is 45. So we can say that each part of the circle is of 45 degrees. The second method is that we know that there are 360 degrees in a circle which are divided into 8 parts. So we can divide 360 by 8. that is equal to 45. So option A is the correct option here. Question number 14. Alice's family went for shopping on Saturday. The pie chart shows how they spent their money. If the total day's spending was $360, how much was spent on petrol? So as we can see that they spent $360 on Saturday, and there are 360 degrees in a circle. So if we divide this circle or pie chart into four equal parts, one part will be of 90 degrees, and half of 90 is 45. So here the petrol is a little bit more than half of 90, means it's little bit more than 45. So we can say they spent $50 roughly on the petrol. So here option C will be chosen as correct option. Question number 15. One telephone represents 28 phone lines. How many more phone lines does the Dial Pro call center have in comparison to the A4 call center? So first of all, let's calculate the number of phone lines first. As we can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 telephones in front of Dial Pro, and each telephone is representing 28 phone lines. So 28 eights are 224. Then there are 4 telephones in front of A4. So total number of phone lines are 112. Then similarly, if we multiply 28 by 5, the answer is 140. So at the end, 168 phone lines were there for Ring Central. So we have to do the comparison between Dial Pro and A4. So for Dial Pro, there are 224 phone lines, and for A4, there are 112 phone lines. If we subtract the values, the answer is 112. So there are 112 more phone lines in the Dial Pro call center as compared to A4 call center. So option A is the correct option here. Question number 16. Ansar saw a three-dimensional figure that had 6 square faces. Which figure could Ansar have seen? So 6 square faces are present in a cube only, which is given in option B. That is our correct option here. Question number 17. A researcher recorded the number of cows on each farm in the country. Which range of cows per farm is the second least common? So if we look at this graph, we can see that the least common range is 41 to 45, and the second least common range is 21 to 25. Here we will choose our option B. Question number 18. If the sum of three whole numbers is an odd number, which one of the conclusions below is logically true as it concerns the added numbers? So we have to keep that thing in mind that the answer is an odd number. Option A is either they are all odd or only one of them is odd. So let's try this option. If all the numbers are odd, like 1, 3, or 5, the answer is equal to 9, which is an odd number, or only one of them is odd. So we can try a different combination in which we can have two even numbers and one odd number. So in that case, we again have an odd number. So option A can be our correct option, but let's check the other ones. Option B is only two of them are odd and one is even. So if we make an equation using this combination in which we have two odd numbers and one even number, the answer is an even number. So that is not right because we need an odd number in answer. Then option C is they all are even, so that will produce an even number as answer. So that is also not correct. D, nothing specific can be said about the numbers. So here option A is meeting the criteria, so that's why we will choose option A here. Question number 19. The sum of the successor of the greatest three-digit number and the predecessor of the smallest three-digit number is. So let's find out the greatest three-digit number first, which is 999. And the successor means the next number of 999 is 1000. the smallest three-digit number is 100, and predecessor means the number that comes before 100. That is equal to 99. So if we add 1099, the answer is 1099, which is our option B. Question number 20. I think of a number and multiply it by 15. I subtract 180. The answer is 300. What was my number? So to find out the number, we are going to take inverse of the operations which were applied to get the answer. So let's see. The answer is already with us, which is 300 here. And as we have subtracted 180 out of it, now we are going to add 180 into it. So the answer is 480. Now in the start, the number was multiplied by 15. So we will take inverse of multiplication, that is division. So we will divide 480 by 15. That is equal to 32. So our number is 32, which is option D here. Question number 21. A rectangular prism was made out of 3 blocks, each consisting of 4 cubes. See the picture. Which of the blocks below has the same shape as the white block? It is mentioned in the question that each block has 4 cubes. So the green block has 4 cubes which are visible to us. For the red block, 3 cubes are attached together, but here the fourth cube of red block will be in the lower row, because in the upper row we can see that white cube is attached with the red one. So if we look at the white block, it has 3 cubes attached together, and the fourth cube of this block will be under the corner cube, which is shown in option A. Here we can see that 3 cubes are attached together and the fourth cube is in the second layer. So option A is the suitable option here. Question number 22. The Egyptians used a numeral system based on the number 10 and was written using hieroglyphs, sacred carvings as follows. What number do the following Egyptian hieroglyphs represent? So here we can see that each finger is of 10,000 and there are 3 such fingers, so the total is 30,000. Then we have these 2 flowers, each flower is of 1,000, and as there are 2 flowers, so the total is 2,000. Then for scroll we will write 100, and then one staff is of 1. So as there are 8 staffs, we will write 8 over here. When we will add the values, the total is equal to 32,108. As there is no tens value, so we are not going to write anything at the tens place. So option B is the correct option here. Question number 23. If the figure shown is folded to make a cube, then what is the letter opposite to S? So when we will fold this first part of the cube, U will be on the left side of the B and C will be folded and it will come on the upper side of the B. Then similarly, when we will fold I, C and S, I will be under B and C will be on the right side of the B. And at the end, S will be exactly opposite of B. So option D is the correct option here. Question number 24. Julia, Kate, Suzanne, and Helena write down their birthday on slips of paper. March 1st, May 17th, July 20th, and March 20th. Kate and Susanna have their birthdays in the same month. Julia and Susanna have their birthdays on the same day of a month but not the same month. Which of the girls was born on May 17th? So options are given below. So as it is mentioned in the question that Kate and Susanna have their birthdays in the same month. So I have written K for Kate and S for Susanna. So we can see the 2 dates are mentioned in the month of March. So we can choose these 2 dates for Kate and Susanna, March 1st and 20th March. The second part of the information is that Julia and Susanna have their birthdays on the same day of a month, but not the same month. So we can see the 20th is repeated 2 times here. So we can choose these two dates for Julia and Susanna. So it's July 20th and March 20th. Now what is left? It's May 17th. It means that Helena's birthday is on May 17th. So we can choose option D here. Question number 25. While organizing his DVD collection, John put 3 DVDs on the first rack, 4 DVDs on the second rack, 6 DVDs on the third rack, and 9 DVDs on the fourth rack. If this pattern continues, how many DVDs will John put on the fifth rack? So if we write the number of DVDs which he kept in the different racks, the pattern will be like this: 3, 4, 6, 9. Now to find out the next term, we need to see what is the jump between the numbers. So 3 plus 1 is equal to 4, 4 plus 2 is equal to 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, and 9 plus 4 is equal to 13. So it means that he will keep 13 DVDs in the fifth rack. Question number 26. Ali is framing a set of paintings to hang on his wall. The following graph shows the relationship between the width of each painting and the width of its frame. So let's interpret the data from the given graph. Like for 5 inches wide painting, the frame is 10 inches. So we can write it like this. For 10 inches wide painting, the width of the frame is 15 inches. For 15 inches wide painting, the width of the frame is 20 inches. And similarly, for 25 inches wide painting, the frame is 25 inches. And for 25 inches wide painting, the width of the frame is 30 inches. Now let's read the options. Option A is if a painting is 10 inches wide, its frame will be 20 inches wide. So we can see it's wrong because for 10 inches wide painting, the frame will be 15 inches. Option B is if a painting is 20 inches wide, its frame will be 25 inches wide. Which is right, we can see it over here as well. For the 20 inches wide painting, the frame is 25 inches wide. Option C is if a painting is 15 inches wide, its frame will be 30 inches wide, which is wrong because for 15 inches wide painting, frame is 20 inches wide. Option D is if a painting is 25 inches wide, its frame will be 35 inches wide. That is again wrong. So option B is the only correct option here. Question number 27. Aslam's youth group is collecting blankets to take to the animal shelter. There are 38 people in the group and they each gave 2 blankets. They got an additional 29 by asking door to door. They set up boxes at schools and got another 52. Aslam works out that they have collected a total of 121 blankets. Is that the right estimate? To find that out, let's calculate the values. There were 38 people and each one of them gave 2 blankets, so total is 76. And they got extra 29 by asking door to door, so the total is 105. And when they set up the boxes, they got another 52. So if we add 52 in the answer, we get 157. So it means they have collected 157 blankets in total, but Aslam works out that they have collected total of 121 blankets. So their estimate is too low than the exact value. So here we should choose option C. No, it is much too low. Question number 28. At 2 a.m., the temperature was minus 19 degrees Celsius. At 8 p.m., the temperature was minus 20 degrees Celsius. And at 10 p.m., the temperature was minus 22 degrees Celsius. When was it warmest? So option A is 2 a.m., option B 8 p.m., C 10 p.m., and D is none of these. So the warmest temperature is the highest number because in negative numbers, numbers closer to 0 are warmer. So if we imagine a number line, minus 19 is closer to 0 as compared to minus 20 and minus 22. So here the temperature will be warmest at 2 a.m. because temperature was minus 19 degrees Celsius at that time. Question number 29. Which is the better estimate for the distance of a 10-minute walk? So option A is 1 kilometer, B 1 centimeter, C 10 centimeters, and D 10 kilometers. 1 centimeter is quite a small distance, so option B is not suitable. Even 10 centimeters are also a very short distance which is not covered in one step. So it is shorter than that. So option C and B are not reasonable. For 10 minutes walk, 1 kilometer is a suitable option. So we will select option A over here. Question number 30. Ali walks northwards. After a while, he turns to his right and a little further to his left. Finally, after walking a distance of 1 kilometer, he turns to his left again. In which direction is he moving now? Let me just add a picture of compass here. So first of all, Ali walks northwards. So it means he is moving straight. Then after a while, he turns to the right side. Then he will move towards the east and a little further to his left. When he will move to the left side, he will be at the north again. Finally, after walking a distance of 1 kilometer, he turns to his left again. So as he was at the north, when he will take left again, he will be at west. So option D is the suitable option here. He will be in the west direction. Thank you so much for watching the video. Kindly like the video and don't forget to subscribe my channel.